We have to take the words we should see into our hearts and our lives. Let's move answer this sanctuary in need. All we're doing. Yeah, worship because acts of kindness, peace, and love. Because. Hello, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yishanim b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehavivner shel Shabbat. Sovereign of the universe, in hallowed with two studies.
So it's actually this one. It's actually this one.
That classes, for Shabbat, I invite you to wish each other Shabbat Shalom. Introduce yourself to someone you don't know yet, as you already.
Check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. From here, let us continue. I know schmoozing is wonderful. There will be plenty of time to schmooze later on at the end of our service. I'd like now to invite you to turn to page 138 as we continue with Lecha Dodi. And here at Temple Ladas Shalom, we always sing 4 verses, number 1, number 2, and then on page 139, verse 5 and 9.
Lecha lecha dodi, lekras lekra kala, b'nei Shabbat lekabala. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la la la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Ishmiyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem u'tifaret v'liti la 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 Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha Ki mekor ha-baracha Merosh mekedem nesucha Somat hasem v'chad Shabbat la 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 Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Hitorari, hitorari Ki v'ahorek u'miori Uri uri shir daberi Kuvod Adonai aleithi la 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 Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha u'tzola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha la la lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la la la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat lecha b'la
So just a point of reference, the reason why we rise when we sing the final verse of Lecha Dodi is because in Hebrew it tells us to welcome Shabbat. And so we rise to emotionally and physically and spiritually welcome Shabbat, and that's why some of us bow at a certain point. Just an explanation, and with that, let us turn to page 144 as our trio, Annie, Ryan, and William, are going to lead us in Chatzi Kaddish. Let me, as they get ready to do the Chatzi Kaddish, I also wanted to extend a Shabbat Shalom to everyone who are watching us from afar. I wanted to acknowledge we are very happy that you are here with us, and let's continue with Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikadav yikadash shemei Rabba
Amen
V'ama dibrach yirteh v'yamlech mahuteh
V'chayechon yomechon U'chayei v'kol et Yisrael Agala U'vizman karim Imru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba B'varach Alam alal me'al maya Yitbarach
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitshimon v'yitnaseh v'yitaldar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha
Brichu
le'elam min kol b'hirata v'shirata tushbehata v'neh
Nechemata Damiran Balma Imru Amen
I invite you to rise if you're able as we continue with the Baruch Hu. And we are now on page 146. Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu.
Et Adonai.
Et Adonai.
HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai.
Baruch Adonai.
HaMevorach.
Mevorach.
Leolam.
Leolam.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Emor.
Leolam
Vayit. Baruch Adonai Emor.
Leolam
Vayit. Baruch Hu et Adonai Emorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai Emorach. Baruch Adonai Emorach. Leolam Vayit. Baruch Adonai Emorach. Leolam Vayit.
Ma'ariv Aravim, we continue to stand as we join together on page 148.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim. Bechokmah poteach she'arim ובתבונה ישנה עתים ומחלים את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים ומשמרותיהם רק יכיר רצונו רק יכיר רצונו
I invite everyone to take a deep breath along with me. It's okay to make that sound of relief as we exhale. One more deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's let all the tzuras, all the worries of this past week simply dissipate onto the ground on which we stand. Let us join together in reciting the watchword of our people. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated as we continue with the Vahavta, as we'll be led by our Bat Mitzvah for tomorrow morning, Annie. Page 154.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anuhi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'ribitam bam v'shivtecha v'techa uvlechtecha v'adere uv'sherpecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yodecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha v'ukravtam al muzot beitecha uv'isharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelelechem. Ani Adonai Eloheihem asher tzei'ti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim litotachem lelelechem. Ani Adonai Eloheihem. Adonai Eloheihem. Amen.
Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words which God commands you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of God's mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. And God said, I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. And God said, I am Adonai your God. Let us continue on top of page 157.
Standing on the parted shore of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Those words in Hebrew are going to be on page 158 with a little bit addition in English as well. Mi chamocha, page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot, oseh peled, malchut chara uvanecha, okei ayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam, zelianu v'amru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Moses and the children crossed the sea. They thanked you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot, oseh, 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 oseh peled.
We will now continue with a beautiful, beautiful prayer as we lay down to sleep at night. It is called Hashkivenu. And again, some of it is in Hebrew, which you will find on page 160, and some of it is beautiful English that will go together with this melody. Hashkivenu. Oh, Ryan, I'm so sorry.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom. V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Beneath your wings, O Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. O Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom. V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha.
Let us continue on page 161, as we'll be led by Ryan.
Baruch atah Adonai haparei sukkah shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haparei sukkah shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Bahal Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Bahal Yerushalayim shalom. Bahal Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Bahal Yerushalayim shalom. Atah Adonai haparei sukkah shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael. Let us turn to page 162. This is a happy version, as was written by Craig Taubman.
This is also congregation participation. So when we tell you, when we point to you, repeat after us. So sing with us everything else, but when we point to you for verses, repeat after us. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Again, if it is available to you, we will invite you to please rise, and we will continue with the Amidah, also known as the Tefillah. We will begin on page 164, and then William is going to continue to lead us on pages 166, 168. Just be on the even pages, and you'll be right there along with us.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi tehillatzecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Ata Rav L'Hoshia, Morid Ata, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayei Rabim B'Rachayim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umechayim Emunato Lishenei Afar, Mieka Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach אתה Adonai Mechaye HaKol.
Please turn to page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Let's read in English together. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Now let's take just a couple of moments of silent reflection, silent reading. And I invite you to perhaps find a line or a paragraph that reflects where you are today on your own spiritual journey. And when you're done with your own private conversation with God, we invite you to have a seat. Please turn to page 179.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the people of earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocates among the nation. May commitments reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise are you, eternal one, who bless our people with peace.
Amen. Shalom Rav, abundance of peace, page 178.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. B'tov einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael lechol Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam Baruch Atah Adonai Hamboreh Et Amo Yisrael HaShalom.
Our thoughts now turn to those who are ill or in need of healing of body, mind, or spirit. This week we lovingly think of Amelia Parsons, Bert Bronk, Danielle Hurst, Elise Durlam Ching, Fred Belkin, Harvey Malin, Heather Mullis, Joyce Levy Levine, Justin Oriana Garcia, Natalie Litovsky, Oren Zwick, Steve Noel. If you'd like to add a name to our healing list, please raise your hand and say that name as my eyes meet yours. And of course, we keep in our prayers all those who are wounded in more ways than one in Israel, in the Middle East, in Gaza, and other parts of our world who are so tired of war. With that, I'd like to invite you to join us as we continue with Misha Berach on page 371.
Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. We share
Adonai Rofeh Kol Amo Yisrael. Very brief Devar Torah for this evening, because tomorrow you're gonna get to hear quite wonderful and beautiful Divrei Torah, taste of Torah that our Bnei and Bat Mitzvah are going to deliver. But this evening, I just wanted to talk about something a little bit different that is also has something to do with Parshat Emor. We're going to talk a bit about spending time and caring for animals. In the last few weeks, you've probably noticed that I have spoken quite a bit about how important it is to be kind to one another. V'ahavta l're'acha kamocha was mentioned in last week's Torah portion. You shall love the other as you love yours and yourself. I've spoken about seeing each person's humanity and treating others the way that we would want to be treated. But what happens when the other is not exactly a person, but an animal? We must remember that respect for the living creatures in this world is also an important value. And this week's Torah portion, Parashat Emor, as I mentioned, from the book of Leviticus, includes laws about properly treating
Everything good?
animals. The very fact that these laws exist says a lot about Judaism's appreciation of the role of animals in our lives. Granted, not everybody loves animals. Not everybody loves livestock and other forms of animals. The very fact that our Torah portion does mention animals really, really shows the connection that we have with one another and with the world of animals. I love this quote as was written by Dr. Irene Pepperberg in her extraordinary, magnificent, and eye and soul opening book about an African gray parrot she was working with. I don't know if anyone has read that, but this book still sits on my own shelf. Animals teach us. The name of the book, by the way, is Alex. Animals teach us the meaning of oneness. There is just one creation, one nature, one good, full, complete idea, made up of individuals of all shapes and designs, all expressing their oneness with one God. We are not different because we look different, but we all reflect the eternal beauty and intelligence of one creation in our own peculiar way. It's what makes up the whole, this textured fabric of thought and existence. Alex and Me, highly recommended book. Humans and animals both have emotions. I know that to be true because Hubbardston, Dave Simmerly, who's right here in front of me, hello, and we have two amazingly expressive dogs, and I ride a horse by the name of Mesa once a week as well. The Torah is teaching us to be sensitive to the animals we encounter in our lives, and children books also encourage us to pay attention as well. For example, in the theme song from 1967 musical You Are a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Charlie's friends list all the things they like about him. One line reads, "You are kind to all the animals and every little bird." I believe that being kind to animals can make us better humans. We can measure ourselves by the way we treat the world around us, and animals are a part of this world. So let me end here with this question, and I'd like to have maybe one or two answers. I'm also going to look right here in case you have an answer for us. Can you share an example where an animal is kind to or even helps human beings?
Cows help humans buy milk and meat.
Correct? Did you hear that? Say it again.
Cows help humans with milk and meat for us.
Cows help by providing us with milk and meat. Thank you.
Service animals help people with disabilities.
Absolutely. Service animals. Beautiful. Anyone else would like to share an idea of how helpful animals are to us?
My puppy was my emotional support animal as I recovered from a major surgery.
Wow. I so relate to that. Do you want to speak loud? Go for it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I need to give you the microphone. Thank you. I always forget.
Animals give unconditional love. I volunteer at the Hartford Center for Disabled Adults, and they bring animals over there, and they bring the clients to the animals. And it doesn't matter how you look, or, you know, if you drool, or if you talk funny, or if you're not the sharpest tool in the shed. If you give an animal love, they're going to return it. And pretty much any animal, the cows and horses. And so animals are a lot better people than we are.
Very well said.
Nobody here has ever met my cats.
Gee, I wonder why. One more, and then,
Animals keep the world under control, basically, by, the hierarchy of food and nutrition and so forth. So there's not too many of one animal that overtakes and maybe even harms us. But they also help us by, especially birds, by carrying seeds and planting all over the earth when we forget.
Thank you. We could go on and on because, as you can see and as you can tell, animals really are such an important part of humanity. And with that, I'll wish everyone Shabbat Shalom. And before we come to the conclusion of our service, I'd like to really wish the three of you Mazal Tov. Wow. What a great evening. And if tonight is an indication of what it's going to be like tomorrow, I think you deserve this. Oh my goodness, in advance. And you're going to get a lot more of this tomorrow. So yasher koach to you. Let us continue with counting of the Omer. Counting of the Omer is done every day from the last day of Passover through Shavuot, which is coming up. And counting of the Omer, the blessing can be found on page 570 if you'd like to do this mitzvah of counting the Omer along with me. And I'm going to trust that Mark is going to change to, is it already changed? Okay. All right. Ready? I am on page 570. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kiddushanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Al Sfirat HaOmer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commending us to count the Omer. Hayom 25 yom shehem 3 shavuot ve'arba'a yamim la'omer. Today is the 25th day, which is 3 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. And you can see the number right there to my right and to Mark's left. Just point. And there's also that. Usually I ask Erwin to peel off the little stickers that we have there, but I think he just went out for a few moments. But that's okay. Rabbi Gila, our emerita, created this beautiful, beautiful Omer counting. And every day we ascend closer and closer on Mount Sinai to the area where spiritually we received the Torah. Mr. Irwin, do you want to remove the stickers of that beautiful mosaic? Today it's the 25th day, so there you go. Irwin is a very, very fast counter. There you go. Beautifully done. Thank you, Erwin. And now, as we do come to the conclusion of our service, I invite you to rise one more time. Here we provide you with extra exercise. For those of us who did not get to exercise yet today, this is why we do up and down, etc., etc. Let us continue with the Aleinu. We are on page 586. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer b'rishit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Please turn to page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Please be seated. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and every nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. When you hear the name of your loved one, I invite you to rise, and then we will all rise together as one community to recite the ancient words of Kaddish Yatom on page 598. For the recently passed, we lovingly think of Evelyn Bell, and for yortzites, which were observed this past week, we think of David Snyder, Elliot Larkin, Esther Kushner, Fanny Hunter, Herman Halpern, Jacob David Graff, Jacob Hecht, Jimmy Chansey, Catherine Hermina Ford, Louise Reiser, Nathan Siegel, Paula Stein, Sally Altman, Samuel Bernstein, and Shelley Schumann. Please rise. Let us join together. Again, page 598. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קרי ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and all of Israel, to which we all say together, amen. Let's sit for just a few moments as our president, Mark Walko, is going to deliver a few important announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. There we go. Thank you. Great to see you all here tonight, and nice job, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. Very good. Can't wait till tomorrow. Just a couple of announcements. Need to take these off. So this weekend, of course, is the Joslin weekend. Next weekend is the Gwyn weekend, where Jack Gwyn will become a bar mitzvah. A couple of other things coming up. There's a lot of stuff. I'm picking the highlights, so we're not here all night. May 22nd, that's next Wednesday, is the senior luncheon. We already have a lot of people coming, and that's going to be at the Coakley's in Havre de Grace. June 2nd is the Sisterhood year-end event, which is a really cool sounding event. You got to RSVP to Pat soon, because there are limited seats, so it's first come, first serve. And how many are left? How many seats are left? About 5 seats left. Better talk to her tonight. June 6th in the morning, over in Pikesville, is going to be the JNF USA Breakfast for Israel. You need to go online to register for that. You can find that in our bulletin this week or next week or the following week. You do need to register for that. And that's also how you get the actual address of which temple it's at. June 7th, Rock Shabbat, the long-awaited. We only do this like twice a year, so definitely don't miss it. You have to wait another 6 months for Rock Shabbat. And then Saturday evening, June 8th, will be our congregational meeting, and that will also include installation of officers, awards, a nice catered dinner, and who knows, maybe some other entertainment. You never know what's going to happen. And the only other thing is we have, if you picked up a program tonight, you can take it home if you'd like, but if you're coming back tomorrow, bring it with you so that we have enough for everyone. And did I miss anything, other people of the temple that have other things going on? No. Okay. Shabbat Shalom.
And for those of you that don't really know, this gentleman, Mark Wolko, also known as Mr. President, he also single-handedly tutored, of course with the help of Naomi and Pat, these 3 beautiful, not children anymore, who are going to become bar and bat mitzvah tomorrow. So thank you in advance, Mark. He also put together this evening's service order. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish Mazel Tov to Jacob Follis, Danielle Libson, Stacy Lasinski, Brian Shore, and Susan Baskin, and Jaden Sherloff for their birthdays, which were celebrated this past week. And with that, let us end with the song En Keloheinu. You can find the lyrics on page 626. Yeah.
God, who's like our God, who's like our God, no del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu. Atahu Moshienu. Ein Eloheinu, Ein Adonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu. You are our God. 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 You praise His name. Ein Eloheinu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
This
Shalom.
concludes our Friday evening service. Let us all join together for Kiddush and Amotzi in our social hall. Shabbat Shalom.
Great.